I want you to understand this is a message for myself too. So, listener, keep in mind, don't be selfish. This message is for me too, and I wanted to share. Well, of course I was going to share, but if I didn't record the message now, I know myself. I'll be like, oh, I'll remember. Or if I'm supposed to talk about it or release it, it'll come back. No. So the download that I received, but also that's attached to this message that was like, okay, God, that's how you feel type energy. But what I want to let you know, listener, is now is the time for you to stop making your commitments to the wrong people. And what I mean by wrong people, and this is where I tell you where this message, I can relate to this message, and I really feel like this message is for me. For me. And I don't want to be selfish with the message. So, let me share. So the message is, you can stop. Okay, let me slow down. Listener, no longer make commitment to the wrong people. And what that means, this is where I come in. What that means, listener, is stop letting people tell you who you are not. This, for instance, if you know that you're a loving person, don't allow people to treat you unkindly to turn you into a person that is not loving. Don't allow people, basically what I'm telling you is you being awoke to being a good person, because we've been in a generation. I don't even want to say generation. We've been in times to where doing the right thing or speaking the right language is against law. Okay? And I don't want to go into details about that because it's not that serious. I just want to keep it layman and simple. And what I'm saying is, yes, we're supposed to modify ourselves so that we can grow. We got to get rid of the weeds, right? We have to continue to grow and not be comfortable. But sometimes when you've never experienced a certain type of version of yourself, which could replicate a version to new experiences. And an example I can give you is speaking up for yourself. If you've never spoken up for yourself and now you're speaking up for yourself and you can't bear the weight of the outcome that comes with you speaking up for yourself, because your expectation of thinking that the outcome is going to be the backup to back you up because you spoke up for yourself for good reason. For others of you, a new version that you're experiencing is you are getting out there. For some of you, you are enjoying your space. And you're no longer worried about what people think of what you should be doing or why you're not doing. You know, you've overcome that. So, what is the underlining of this no longer being committal to people who do not have your best interest? I just got through listening to this podcast. Actually, it was on the YouTube channel. And I am fairly new to this channel or whatnot. And I had to pause for a minute. But now that I'm back, Okay, I'm multitasking here. So you guys know that, I work, and when I get my downloads, sometimes I have to share. I love, and I had to say it out loud today. I said, you know what? I love, not the way I'm saying it, but it was just more stuff like I love talking out loud. I am a person. I have a relationship with myself. Now it feels like we're going left, but it's going to make sense because some of you're being hard on yourselves because you're not getting the reactions that you deserve from the people that you are being committed to, who are the people that you are not supposed to be committal to. So if you are a person that enjoys talking out loud, there's nothing weird with that. Let me tell you, billionaires, and a reason why I have to say billionaires, because people who multitask and got a lot of things going on, they talk out loud, okay? For reinsurance. But I talk out loud because I have a relationship with myself. I'm confident with myself. I want you to be confident with yourself. It is not weird, but it is weird. It is weird around those who are not confident about themselves. They need energy amongst other people, right? They're not going to bully you alone. They're only going to do it amongst another or a group of people. Okay? When they're solo bolo and you're in your presence, this is what I'm getting. They study you. All the good aspects, and then they use those. Basically, they're robbing you from from the recognition of what you deserve. Moving forward, if you've been in toxicity of being committal, okay, you fill in the blank of what that is, for such a long time, it is going to be a challenge for you to break away, because it's going to be this fear, of the unknown. Because I am a person, I have to see. If it don't make sense, If it ain't, if it's not lined, if it's not in line, if it ain't connecting the dots, I don't know. It's iffy to me. And so I'm so grateful that God gives me the sights to be able to see. But listener, I'm going to come back to this message if time permits itself. I want to encourage you that there are good people like you. But I also want to motivate you to understand that all good people are not going to come in the form and fashion of your own requirement. Say you're saying you want someone that's committal to you, that's open and tells the truth, and they show up whenever you need. Okay? They fit all those requirements, but the way how they go about, or how they show up, may make you feel like, is this something that you want to deal with? You've checked all the boxes, but is this the type of person that you want to deal with? It's kind of like dating. Okay, I'm not dating and I'm not encouraging you to, but what I'm saying is, it's kind of like getting to know people is like dating, but not dating them or courting them to be placed into a committal sort of situation. We're talking about platonic connections here. This person doesn't work out. Okay, go ahead and connect with the new connection. But just understand this, listener. This is something I want you to understand, because I don't want you to keep repeating the same cycles when it comes with your interpersonal skills. No one is perfect. Let's get that out the way. But what I want you to understand is, you are going to have ups and downs. And you would rather have ups and downs to people who are committed to you and you committed to them, that those ups and downs still have an uplift. They're not anything that's going to tear you down. The things that tear you down, the people who are committal to you, are the ones that are going to help you get out of things. Because what I'm saying is the things that tear you down wouldn't be the people that are committal to you. It would be people, places, or things, or people within places that are not for you. But the people who are committal to you will build you up. They will be that barrier of the barrier that you cannot be for them. Vice versa. Moving forward. So, you are no longer going to be committed to people, individuals who do not accept you for who you are. If you're an honest person, don't not no longer be an honest person to fit in. Don't lose yourself. And I know some of you have. You're like, I did lose myself, and I'm trying to get myself back. It's going to take time. I'm not saying time is going to take a whole year. For some of you, it's going to take a whole year. You got to learn to trust yourself again. To trust yourself that you're not going to make the same mistake. Because it's just like saying, God, I'm not going to do it again. Right? And there goes that agape love. No matter what you do to me, I always love you. Now, when it comes to self-trust, how many times are you going to forgive yourself? Or are you going to continue? This is where this is where I'm like, I know this is my message, but I have to share. I had to share it with you, collective. I really, really, really did. Because I can tell you that life has been a struggle. It has been a struggle. And I am no longer accepting a struggle that I kept giving permission. I gave struggle the permission to struggle in my life. No. Struggle, I no longer give you permission to play a role in my life. You have to speak in command and mean it. Some of you, everyone's situation is different. But I had to, and there's more to come, but I'm learning not to be so impulsive. Like, cause when I tell you, when I get downloads, I be like, oh. And then I learned, because just because you get a message doesn't mean it's the timing to release that message or to encourage someone, because it's something else that's going to confirm the message that you've already received. It's giving me, my mind is playing tricks on me, right? When you're not obedient. But when you are obedient, it's like, I am so glad, right? I am so glad that I didn't pick up the phone and call this person. They ended up just showing up. I'm so glad that I didn't cuss somebody out. And because then you gained an opportunity. I am so glad that you've forgiven yourself. And then you have this hope, right? There's so many levels of hope, but the hope that I'm talking about is this hope that brings peace in all of your organs in your body, where you just feel like this tranquility. All right. Your emotions is calm, that water. I love you. I am learning every day, every minute. Not just my selfless lessons, but just through the daily life, and things that I listen to, things that I watch, things that I read. and just my regular experiences. And I just know, when you know that you know that you know. This is one of those stories where you knew that you knew that you knew that you knew, right? At the age of like 25. And it never happened. But you said, God, I trust you. You're 26. Oh, God, I trust you. Now 10 years done passed. Oh, God, I trust you. I know that I know that I know. And if you look back, how much you've grown. But you know that 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 your definition of blessings are being blessed. It will come to pass. My definition of being blessed and receiving blessings may not be the same image or experience as you. My definitions of blessings may be totally different from yours. Your experiences. And if you have not, call that in. Blessings come in. Bless me, blessings. Bless me, blessings, for the sacrifices that I've already been sacrificed for. Blessings, I ask that you come and bless me without sacrifice, because I have already paid my dues. You gotta speak in command. But I gotta get back to work. I love you. I love you. I love you, collective. I really want you to remember that love is kind, love is gentle. And this is a type of love that we practice in this community, Spiritual Guiding Light. Besides that, stay encouraged. And when you can't encourage yourself, come back to this episode. I got to go back to a couple of people that I listen to and really dig deep, because I am a sponge, and I used to, when I worked as a librarian assistant at American River College, these librarians, they taught me how to clean a sponge, and I was like, wow, so fascinated by it. But anywho, then as I got older, I was like, sponges are nasty. But then at the same time, I know how to clean the sponge. Because I used to tell people, I'm a sponge, I'm a sponge, I'm a sponge. And then one moment I had this, I don't know, I'm saying clarification, but that's not what this is. I had a moment, I'm going to call it that. I had a moment where I was like, I don't want to be a sponge. That's nasty. And then I said, okay, now it's time for me to stop absorbing things that are not going to serve me. Absorbing things that are going to cause me to be up in my head and second guessing myself. Or I'm no longer going to absorb things that is going to allow my good deeds to be evil spoken of. And I said, no, I'm a sponge. I'm proud of being a sponge, because I know how to filter. I know how to clean myself out. I don't have to throw myself away, right? Cut myself short and then become this new version of a sponge, absorbing, having to start all over to square one. And when I said that, it was like, okay, but there's this thing called reprogramming, and that's just too much. Yeah. But when you are to the point where it's wear and tear, yeah, it's time to throw away the old and bring in the new. And that could be a struggle for some of you. I have my struggling moments, and like I already spoke to struggle. You have no room. I don't give struggle the permission to operate in my life. And I want you to speak that into your life. I could pray over you, but you would have to be receiving People could pray all day. It doesn't mean that you are receiving. But also, I want to let you know, don't allow anybody to pray on you. Because people could say, yeah, we're praying for you. And that's just to reel you back in. You tell them, I'm praying for all of you too. Because that would let them know, like, no, you're not going to pray on me. But I definitely, and you know how you really nip it in the bud? I said nip it in the bud. You nip it in the bud, you start praying for them right then and there. And what you do is also, if someone says, I'm going to pray for you, okay, well, pray for me right now. Because I want to know what you're going to pray about. I don't give you permission to pray on me. But I give you permission to, I want to know what you're going to pray. And if they say, oh, no, I'll do it another time, well, you decline that prayer then. Say, well, no, thank you. I do not give you permission. So if they do pray, you get what I'm saying? If it is not of goodwill or good deed or good request, they are going to be held accountable because you did not give them permission to. But either than that, like I said, let me go. It was just something about this message that I was just very, very passionate about because not just me, including you and others, we have been through some things. And I just felt like that was a message that really was hitting home as I'm working, and I wanted to share with you. And again, don't forget, love is kind, love is gentle, and that is you and I.